I, for example, play RedSec through the Battlefield 6 game. I also couldn't pull the Steam charts for Battlefield RedSec, but nonetheless, it's fair to say there's been a drop off. Also, part of that is just people will play the campaign and then probably not even play the multiplayer anyways. A game doesn't also have to last forever for it to even be a good game, but some games also do maintain a player base, especially a live service one that's going to have updates that already had its new season with a couple maps released specifically for multiplayer. And they're still trying to hit that 100 million player goal. At least I never saw them confirm per se that they hit that. Maybe on some quarterly calls, we'll see some updates on the investor side when they give updates there. But from the negative side, from the side of where people have left the game and lost interest, maybe, what have people been saying there? There's the Battle Pass haters. Every time you're booting up the game, seeing a full screen ad for the Battle Pass. It's become a staple in a lot of games, especially free-to-play ones, which is a little different considering this is a $70 game that you also have to buy. $25 Battle Pass Pro slammed on top of it. Other items in the store are still there. Probably a lot of people who ended up getting Battlefield may not have even been playing games over the last couple of years. The last time they might have even tried a Battlefield game was back in Battlefield 1 or even Battlefield 4, which did have premium passes and other things, but when you were buying those, you were buying the new maps that were coming out. You're getting content for the game to play rather than skins. So also could have just been a bit of a wake-up call there. There's obviously been constant complaints about mechanics. We'll get into some of that. The biggest thing that I've seen from a lot of people is the state of the maps. I even saw a map overview comparison and how small these are to other maps. And this is not even necessarily talking about this in comparison with 2042. Those maps are designed for 128 players. They're humongous on scale. This is even relative to what we've seen from, historic Battlefield 3 and 4 maps. But I think the biggest shift, and I even saw this before all of this was out, coming along, was the release of the Battle Royale. A lot of longtime fans feel like they were kind of baited in with nostalgia and then hit with a Warzone game and Warzone monetization. And they are not happy about it, understandably. I think, and what I've been saying is there's a lot of people who just want a Battlefield game again, especially from that niche, the people who played the games in the past. And I think, got a lot of that in the Battlefield 6 game. I've talked very highly on the game. I've put a ton of hours in and enjoyed it. But I think there's a feeling that it would have been great to have even more emphasis and resources put on that versus an entirely different mode of something that, especially coming from that core Battlefield player, they're not really even interested in.